Hi everyone, MP Will Greaves here with this week's Weekly Wrap. Welcome back after March break. Spring is here, the days are getting longer. This week had a bit of everything. We had big investments, community conversations, and a reminder that the best part of spring isn't just the extra daylight, it's what we do with it. So let's get into it. This was a big week for Victoria's economy. We had Mélanie Joly, the Minister of Industry, in town. She met with local young people, and she and I visited de Havilland Canada's factory facility up in North Saanich, which connects to an announcement that I also got to make this week at UVic's Centre for Aerospace Research. We announced nearly $14 million delivered through the federal government's PacifiCan, Pacific Regional Development Agency, for 5 BC projects in the aerospace and AI sectors, including more than $5 million right here on the South Island. That's money for satellite ground stations, autonomous drone technology, and cutting-edge research, along with the good jobs that come with it. Earlier in the week, Minister Jill McKnight, Minister of Veterans Affairs, also joined me at CFB Esquimalt to mark a milestone. Canada has officially reached the NATO 2% defense spending target. Now, what that really means in our community is investment in local needs. Over $1 billion to replace aging jetties at Esquimalt, new military housing, and roughly 1,280 construction jobs across the region. These are investments that strengthen our security and our local economy at the same time. I also spent this week meeting with a whole range of folks: local businesses, public sector union representatives, the Canadian Sports Institute, volunteers advocating for international development, and those lobbying for safer abortion access. And I held the first meeting of the Victoria Youth Advisory Council, a group of local young people who are going to give me their perspective on issues. I also visited Coast Guard Station Victoria and Oceans Networks Canada to hear about their world-leading ocean research and the vital role they play in search and rescue in our region. Now, all of these conversations come back to the same thing: building the community we want and getting government to work alongside to support our local priorities with federal investments. Now, here's what I believe. Good jobs are the means, but not the ends. Good jobs give people the stability they need to settle into a community, build a life, and get to know their neighbors. And when people have that stability, it frees all of us to gather in fun, in fellowship, and in celebration. And that matters more than ever during difficult times. That's why I was also glad to join this week with Premier Eby and other local leaders at the BC Ledge for the FIFA 2026 launch event. Thousands of people gathered on the legislature lawn, watching matches with kids playing everywhere. It was electric and a lot of fun. And also why we celebrated this week the craft beer excise tax relief being offered by the federal government. This is going to help support our local breweries, which play a critical role in supporting local good jobs and providing social spaces where people can come together. And we need that now more than ever. On Thursday, I also volunteered for the Easter lunch at our place to help serve people in our community who are in need. Because that's what community looks like: showing up for each other, especially when times are tough. So whether it's Aerospace Research, or a pint at your neighborhood brewery, a World Cup watch party, or a warm meal shared with someone who needs one, it all connects together. We're building an economy that works for people so that people can build lives that work for them and for each other. Happy Easter, everyone. I hope you get outdoors this long weekend, connect with nature, connect with your family, connect with your neighbors, and take a moment to connect with yourself. That's the wrap for this week. Thanks for staying tuned, thanks for staying engaged, and I'll see you all again in the next weeks.